Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Askkay and thank you so much for clicking on this video today. Your girl is back with part 3 of the Askkay series. I already know if you have a story time, want to know advice, or simply just want to know what would Kay do, you guys can submit it to my email, askkshine3@yahoo.com. It will be in the description box below. Again, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram at Kayshawn with 3 E's. But without further ado, I ain't gonna hold y'all up too much longer. We about to hop right into the video. Let's go. Okay, so boom, y'all already know I got my handy dandy phone in my hand. We about to hop right into this person's story time. It's like a pretty long story time, y'all. Look a little juicy, so we gonna hop right into it. Okay, so it says, first of all, I want to say I enjoy your channel and I'm glad I stumbled upon it. Keep doing your shit, sis. Alright, so boom. Okay, period. I don't know how to even get into the story time, but here we go. And please don't drag me, y'all. He talking about y'all. Y'all better not drag him, okay? So I'm a download by guy that leans more towards women, but I normally stick to myself and stay out the mix, right? A few months ago, I got bored and downloaded a dating app just to pass time. I stumbled across the most beautiful woman I ever laid my eyes on. Well, I'm right here, so who could you be talking about? So I just laugh. I go and message her and we're chatting back and forth. Everything is smooth and going good. We exchange snaps. As the days are passing, our conversations are getting more frequent and invested. I say a week go by and I ask her out on a date. She agrees and we're excited that we're finally about to meet each other in the norm. Now, I remind y'all, I'm a download by guy. I really didn't intend on this going anywhere. I wasn't really looking for anything, to be honest. Just something to pass time. The date went well and we both enjoyed ourselves. Let's fast forward to a little bit. We're not a couple, but we're spending more and more time with each other and just kicking it off. At this point, I'm like, okay, what should I do? Should I point blank say, hey, I'm bi, or something in that range, or just keep it to myself? And I choose to keep it to myself for the moment only because of previous conversations we had. More time passes and we finally give each other the girlfriend and boyfriend title. Now at this point, I'm like, what the fuck did I get myself into, and how do I fix this without hurting both our feelings? Once again, I decided to just keep that information to myself. So here's where it starts getting interesting. I know y'all, that's really interesting question though. Like, if you are gay or you're bi out there, on the first date, do you tell the man or woman like, hey, I'm bi, I like both sex? Or do you feel like it's something that's like not their business, you want to keep to yourself until it's a little bit more serious? But then you have this situation where it did get serious and he still didn't keep it like all the way honest. Me personally, if I was in that situation, I would tell somebody on the first date that I am bi. Because y'all know me, I'm very upfront. I am definitely an advocate for people knowing exactly what they're getting into from the beginning. Whether you guys are just dating or if you don't think it's going anywhere, you just never know. I would just rather have told you than for you to have to figure out in the long run once there's feelings involved. So me personally, I want to know upfront. If you are trying to date me and you like both sex, keep it real with me from the beginning, okay? We are getting comfortable with each other. I started letting my guard down and things would just slip out in conversation. I don't think she ever noticed, or if she did notice, she brushed it off. I'm a petty person, and when we used to argue the few times that we did, I would pretty much throw shade and clear the room. As time went on, things started getting rocking, and it was clearly the end of the relationship. I actually broke up with her because I came to realize in the midst of our relationship, this girl's phone did not ring nor make sound at all. Like, never. Not even vibrate. I never noticed that until the end. That made me curious and think of her as being too secretive. Because you telling me throughout your whole relationship, her phone ain't never ring. Like, I heard it's somebody's phone being dry, but throughout a whole relationship, your phone ain't never rung, vibrated, a text message ain't never came through. It ain't that much loneliness in the world now, baby. Did an email come through, okay? Did you get a ding from an email? A notification, something, anything? So one day I get a text from her, and it's been about a couple weeks since we talked. And she hit me with the receipts. Tell me how this woman digged up my past and seeing I was married to a guy for 5 years. Old Twitter and Facebook posts, pictures, and just everything, okay? She was Inspector Gadget, okay? I honestly didn't know how to respond to that message, so I left it on delivered. Ooh, you the worst kind, though. You the worst kind. After the screenshots and everything, me being a nigga, I still denied that shit. Delete all that shit, okay? Delete it all. He said, listen, he might be bi or a little down low, but he's still a boy at heart, because even with plain, clear evidence, he like, that ain't me. That ain't me. That is not me on that picture right there. You cannot tell me, yeah, it look like me. Yeah, I got that outfit. Yeah, I know that person standing next to me in that picture, but that ain't me. That ain't me. It could not have been me. I have a twin. Did you hear the government was cloning? That is clearly the explanation for why that's not me in that picture. The excuse is the reason for everything. Sad thing is, she was low-key eating it all up only because I think she was in love with me and refused to believe what she found out. When the evidence is in plain sight, y'all still be like, maybe the government is cloning people. Maybe my man do got a clone and this is not him. Knock it off. I pretty much told her times was rough growing up. I had no family support and had to go out and get it and do things I didn't want to just to make money and survive. Now, as much as I wanted to tell her the truth, I couldn't because her opinion on me mattered the most to me than anyone in the world. I love that woman. Plus, I just wasn't ready to tell her the truth. Further days of not talking again, I finally hit her up with the truth about me and everything. Her response fucked me up in the head because it pretty much was like, you didn't give me a choice in the beginning to choose for myself if I wanted to carry this out or leave you. You took that away from me. You was the best boyfriend I ever had, but now it's like I don't even know you and can't see myself actually trying to make this situation work. Like, girl, okay. My thing is, I'm just like, I didn't owe you anything. I beg to differ. You know, I love y'all. I love all my K-stars. I love everybody who write in. But my opinion is strictly my opinion, and we all can agree to disagree. But I just beg to differ. Like, I know you think you didn't owe her anything, but I just feel like once you are intimate, once you kissing, once you sleeping with somebody, once y'all are girlfriend and boyfriend living together, I don't know if y'all live together, but I'm just saying, once you share all of that and y'all get emotionally attached, like, you do owe me that. You do owe me to tell me that if you are interested in the same sex or if you're sleeping with the same sex. I just think that comes with being open and honest, and I feel like that is a part of being in a relationship. Yeah, you can have some secrets to the extent, but if your secrets is something that's going to hurt the other person or harm the other person, that I don't think that should be a secret. If your secret is, oh, you're afraid of bugs and you don't want to tell your significant other, that is a secret that I believe is okay to keep. But if your secret can cause harm or, you know, disconnect or, you know, some sort of ill feelings to your significant other, it's a secret that you should not be keeping when you're in a relationship. And you being bi or down low or whatever you want to call it, that is a secret that is going to affect your significant other if a man comes up and he's like, oh yeah, I dated your boyfriend. Like, that's something that's going to hurt her feelings for the most part, because one, she didn't know, and two, she didn't even know you was gay or bisexual, like you said. So in my opinion, I do think you owe her that right. Once y'all became official boyfriend and girlfriend, like, I do think you owe her the right to being truthful, open, and honest in the relationship that you chose to be in. That's just my opinion, though, baby. That's all. That's just my opinion. I understand we was involved with each other sexually, but during our relationship, I wasn't stepping out nor pursuing anything. And see, that is the thing with most men or people in general. They think like, oh, I didn't have to tell you because I didn't physically cheat. I didn't sleep with anybody. But so what? So what? You still kept a secret from me that could affect me, could, you know, and you know what, and once I get into my little first love series and stuff, I'm still debating if I want to even talk about that man. Y'all gonna understand how I feel about it, because me and my first love, we did not work out. We do not get along. And when I tell you, we didn't have any infidelity in our relationship. Us not working out had zero to do with him not trusting me, like as far as other men, or me not trusting him as far as other women. But it's still other issues that come up that needs to be dealt with in order to have a successful relationship. It's not about, oh, I didn't cheat, I didn't sleep with a man during a relationship. You still have a whole second life that your girlfriend doesn't know about. And yes, you liking other men or dating other men or being even married to a man in your past, that is a whole nother life. That is a whole nother life that you did not tell her about. And I'm not saying that every relationship you got to get into, you got to give them your all. But it's certain stuff that, like I said, I just feel like you should not hold back. That's why you ask questions. And you being married, if you was legit, like legally married, I do think that is a conversation you should have had before you made her your girlfriend, to let her know, hey, I was married before. Not only was I married before, I was married to a guy. Like, and then you have the nerve to talking about that ain't got nothing to do with her. Like, I don't owe that to her. Baby boy, you don't need to be in a relationship if you feel like half of your life you don't need to give to your significant other. You need to just date then, baby. Regardless if you was dating men while y'all was together or not. That's not the point. It's the point that I don't know important key factors about you. Like, and you feel like you don't owe that to me as your girlfriend? Nah, that ain't okay. So I was only with her. So I feel like my sexuality had nothing to do with anything. It does, though. In my opinion. It does. Because, once again, I'm sorry to keep having so many opinions, but it's just like, once again, whether if you're bi and you're with somebody and you feel like, well, I like you at the moment, so why do you care if I'm gay or if I like guys and all of that when I'm only going to date one sex at a time? It's the simple fact that if I'm choosing to be with you, I would like to know certain things about you. I would like to know that you are at least interested in men. Like, I still just feel like I would have the right as your girlfriend to know that about you. I don't know. Let us know in the comments below how you feel about that. I'm thinking in my head the only way I'm a full blank tell her my secret was if she got pregnant or I got down on one knee and offered a ring. But see, then it would be too late because my thing is, like she said, she doesn't have a choice. What if y'all did end up getting pregnant and she was pregnant by you? She didn't know a whole nother life of yours. She didn't know you was gay. How you know she want to be pregnant by somebody who's bi or somebody that's interested in men? That is her choice. Whether you feel like your sexuality has nothing to do with anything, it does, because that is that female's choice to want to have a baby by a man who is bi, who like both sex. She should be able to choose that for herself. And it's men like you that take this away from her to say like, oh, I'm not going to tell her about my life until maybe she get pregnant or we get married. No. Why would you wait till she gets pregnant and now she have to battle whether she wants to keep a baby by a down low person or by a bi person or give up the baby? Now she has all these conflicting things that she has to go through because you were not honest in the beginning. And then I will hope, I can only pray and hope that you will not marry a female. Wait till after y'all get married, after y'all done walk down the aisle, said all these vows to be honest, to hold all of these vows, then to after you get married say, oh, by the way, I like men as well. I can only hope that you would not be that type of dude. I am not trying to be judgmental because you know it's a judgment-free zone on here. But let's talk about it. You submitted the story. We're going to talk about it. Just pray that you would not be that man to marry a woman. And then after you marry her, dish out all of your secrets that could potentially be something that would separate y'all. And now she's married to you, so she's stuck with you for, in a sense, unless you want to go through divorce and all of that. But instead of you keeping it a buck with her and say, hey, listen, I'm interested in both sex, but I only date one sex at a time. I do find males attractive, and I also find females attractive, but I only date one at a time. So if me and you are dated, that's who I am attracted to at the moment. I will not date other men. I will not date other females. Instead of keeping it honest with her and letting her decide, hey, I don't have a problem with that. Let's go on and get married. You would rather get married to her and dish out, oh, by the way, I've been married before to a man and I'm a bisexual. I also like men. That is ridiculous. I can just only hope that I will not meet a man that is like that and wait till I either get pregnant or marry something that's permanent, like, or should be permanent. Having a baby, we locked in forever. Being married, we locked in forever unless we get a divorce. And now you want to hit me with all these bombs? No, sir. No, ma'am. That is not okay. A month goes by and her big day is coming up. And I get a text from her pretty much trying to make small talk. Since I still have a soft spot for her, I entertain the messages. She invites me to a popular tourist destination and I'm like, sure, why not? Turns out everybody bailed on her and I was her last resort. LOL. So we arrive around the same time and check into our rooms. We spend the day together, sightseeing and day drinking. Nighttime approach us and we head back to the telly to get changed for the club. And I'm getting ready. I get a call from Eve. Just notice I didn't give names. We gonna call her Eve. Okay, Eve is the, you know, the girlfriend. She pretty much says, hey, come to my room and tell me if this outfit looks good. I'm like, okay, sure. But before hanging up, I'm like, can't you just send a pic or FaceTime me? She's like, no, I don't have time. I was like, just make it make sense, but okay. I get to her room and she's showing her dress and I'm like, you look good and shit, right? So she's just smiling at me like, thanks and blah, blah, blah. I actually bought down my bottle of Douce and was like, let's take shots before I go back to my room. And she was down. We took a shot and Eve, lightweight ass, started feeling it already. So I'm about to head out and go back to my room and she stopped me. Eve said she wanted to discuss some things and I'm like, all right, bet, what's up? This woman tells me, I knew something wasn't right about you, but I ignored all the red flags. So I'm like, okay, here we go. Let's go. Let's talk about it. So I'm like, okay, what was the red flag? Eve goes and said, I never liked them shorts. Short night shorts you would buy. When you got excited, you would do this hand movement that would just kill me. I went through your phone one time and seen way too many gay guys on your TikTok, and the interaction you and your friends was always off. That friend was an old sneaky link. That's a story for another time. So I'm just sitting there, just taking it all in. So I didn't really have anything to say, so I just apologized again. I thought that was just the right thing to do. So it was awkward silence, and I decided to just get up and walk to the door. Why Eve told me to sit my raggedy ass down. That took me off guard, and I pretty much was like, yes, ma'am. I walked back over to the bed, and she comes to stand in front of me and proceeds to ask me, why are the good-looking guys gotta be gay? I laughed a little and said, well, Eve, I don't know why, and I'm not gay. I'm bi, so I don't have an answer for that. She does a little giggle, and at this point, I'm just so lost and confused, like, where is this going? Right, because where is this going? I'm confused myself. Another awkward silence occurs, and at this point, I'm like, let me get the fuck out of here. And to remind y'all, she's still standing in front of me. So as I'm starting to get up, she pushes me back down. I look up at her like, what's going on? Y'all, Eve took it upon herself to go down on me unprovoked, and I'm just so confused. But of course, I allowed it. We end up doing the do and not making it to the club that night. We found ourselves laying in bed, chilling, and enjoying each other's time like I didn't break her heart a couple months ago. Basically, the rest of the trip went from friends to we fucking with each other again. I wasn't sure how to feel about it, but I was like, I'm in the city, so I'm gonna just enjoy the time away from home. During the remainder of the trip, it was fun. We got to get to know each other again. A few weeks go by and we're home. We've talked about it to each other since the trip, and I was kind of glad because, one, I didn't know my place, and two, I didn't want to go down the road again with her, even though I did still have a soft spot for her. Our relationship was just messy. I'm a Gemini and he's a Virgo, so yeah. Like, okay. So I get a call from Shawty one evening, and I just watched it ring because I'm like, what the fuck? We haven't talked in weeks, and you just call? I don't like that. What? But you... Okay, this story is low-key... You don't like that she called you a couple weeks out the blue, but you let her go down on you and have sex with her, and y'all wasn't even messing with each other like that. If you wanted to remain friends, you should have kept it strictly as friends. Like, I don't get why y'all guys lead these females on. I'm not making excuses for her, because I mean, she should definitely know her place, but y'all still allow it, and then you be acting confused like y'all just wasn't having sex. Now you confused. Why is she calling me? Like, what? Why are you sleeping with her? So I didn't answer, and then she gets to blowing my phone up. So I decided to see what she wants. Oh boy, this story is about to take another L. Eve basically telling me she missed her cycle. So I said, could it be late or you change something that you do every day? Did you miss your cycle, and you talking about did you change something that you do every day? Okay. I only asked because I grew up in a household with all women. She says no, and then tell me to check my phone. She says a picture of 2 pregnancy tests saying positive. I hung up. Please don't bash me for real. I was just in denial. I don't know. So she's calling me back to back. I end up putting my phone on Do Not Disturb and say I'll deal with it in the morning. Meanwhile, Eve got to deal with it right now. Y'all both laid in that bed. Y'all both was unprotected. Y'all both decided to have sex. And now that she's pregnant, as always, the woman has to deal with it right now and forever. And the man just gets to choose to deal with it whenever they want. So as she's processing herself being pregnant as well, you decide to block her or put her on Do Not Disturb and say, I'll deal with you in that pregnancy tomorrow. But she got to deal with it right now. I know you said not to bash you, so I'm not. But y'all, this is definitely... I just don't get y'all. I don't get it. And I couldn't sleep. I just had this feeling in my gut that just wasn't right. Yeah, like you putting her on Do Not Disturb and ignoring her calls. Like, yeah. So next day I decided to finally deal with the situation. I hear her up like, okay, I'm going to come over after work so we can talk about this. So boom, day goes by and I head over to her place. But I stop at CVS to pick up a pregnancy test just so she can take it while I'm there. Because I know how some females get down, okay? This woman opens the door and is clearly giving Eve was having a breakdown. She shows me the test and everything and I'm just like, wow. I pull out the test and said, here, take this. Plus she had like the dollar store version of the test and I know them shits don't be accurate. I guess I offended her by pulling it out and telling her to take the test so I could see it for myself. That was a whole argument, but she finally agreed to do it. She told me that she was going to take it, then get in the shower, and when she get out, we both can view it. I said, okay, bet. She proceeds to do her thing, and I get the looking around just randomly. I see she left her phone out on the counter. I've never been the type to look through phones, but something today told me to just pick it up. Before y'all drag me, I know we wasn't together at the time, but if a female says she's having my baby, I don't care. We stuck with each other for life, and I have rights to shits. What? You so backwards. So you got the right to her phone, even though y'all not together, but when y'all was together, she didn't have the right to know that you were bi. But you got the nerve to talk about make some shit make sense. Yes, sir. Please make it make sense. How when y'all are broken up, regardless if it's a possibility that she about to have your baby or not, you feel like you have the right and is entitled to go through her phone and figure out some shit because y'all possibly could be stuck together for life. But when y'all made it official, she did not have the right to know that you were married before, that you were bi, all these other things. And you think that shit, it's giving very much selfish. Like, you only worried about yourself. You're very entitled. And you only want to know shit when it's beneficial to you. And you don't care what's beneficial to her. That's what it's giving. It's giving very much that. I don't like that. So much you would like that when she just kept calling? I don't like that. I go over to her phone and proceed to look through it. Everything seemed normal. It was regular shit for a single woman. Until I went through the best friend group chat thread. At first it was nothing but just memes and makeup videos being sent. So I stopped scrolling and just went into the image part. If you have an iPhone and in a group chat, you pull up all the images that were sent in the chat. So I happened to see screenshots being sent and I was a little nosy. So I said, why not? Tell me why I seen screenshots of Eve and some guy talking about a baby. It pretty much was like, she's pregnant. Here's the test. She was the last one. You told me if I let you take the condom off, you wouldn't finish in me. I took the plan B, but I didn't take it right after, so now I'm pregnant. Tell me why this man was pretty much like, well, you shit out of luck. Ain't my baby. Leave me alone. So both y'all niggas ain't shit. Pretty much. Y'all, at this point, my palms are sweating and my emotions is a roller coaster. So I go back to the thread and slide all the way up. Pretty much this woman didn't want her baby to be fatherless and she didn't want an abortion. So her friends pretty much gassed her up to find a good dude and just put the responsibilities on him. Y'all, as I'm reading it all, start making sense and clicking in my head. The night at the hotel while we were doing the do, she didn't allow me to run downstairs to grab protection. She kept saying no and then kept reassuring me that she was on birth control. Then she wouldn't move from being on top. Even when I said I'm about to finish, Eve said it was fine. I hear the shower turn off and I'm like, okay, I need to exit and exit fast. So I pretty much ran to the door, hopped in my Gucci slides and left with my keys. Okay. And I'm only looking like that because he put that in capitals, his Gucci slides, and left with his keys. Like, who is that important to? I blocked this woman, changed my number, and changed my gate code. Oh, yeah, I even went as far as printing off a pic of her car, make and model with plate numbers, and told them to call the police if they see her in my complex. I haven't heard from this woman ever since. I know she know why I ghosted her. I left everything up on her phone so she know I read everything. I know this story was a plot after plot, but I just had to share it. Also, Eve watches Storytimes on YouTube, so she may or may not watch your channel. I know I started getting suggested videos since she used to watch them on my account sometimes. Okay, well, that's that. I mean, I just don't feel bad. I mean, I know he's not asking me to feel bad, but I don't feel bad. I don't really care that that happened to you because, like, just the whole way you treated her from the beginning. Like, the secrets, oh, you feel like she don't deserve to know this and that. Like, everything was just so uncalled for. And, I mean, she definitely was wrong for possibly getting pregnant by another man and trying to put it on you. But I'm just glad that you did see those messages because she was dodging one fuckboy to get with another fuckboy because look how you was treating her. Look at the stuff that you was going to hide from her until you get her pregnant or until you get married. Look how you had sex with her and then you mad that she's calling your phone. Like all these other stuff. And I mean, I'm sure you probably left out stuff and I don't know the whole story, but I'm going based on what the story you told me. And the way you were acting, the shit that you was saying, like, I just don't feel bad. Like, I mean, you should never try to put a baby on somebody else and lie and keep secrets. But hell, you keep a secret, so why she can't keep a secret that the baby wasn't yours? Like, if we're going to keep big, tremendous secrets around here, then you need to be okay with the secrets being kept too. Like I said, I don't agree with nobody trying to put a baby on another person. But, like, y'all didn't have no open, honest relationship from the beginning. So, y'all are telling lies and keeping secrets. So, I mean, the cycle continues. That's why you should be honest from the beginning. So don't expect honesty and truthfulness from people that you're not even being honest with. That's all I'm saying. So I'm glad y'all both dodged the bullet. I mean, of course, you dodged taking care of somebody, child that did not belong to you. And she dodged fucking with a fuckboy that didn't really care about her and want to keep secrets and hide things from her. So I guess y'all both win in the end. You know, it is what it is. But that is the end of his story time. I hope you guys enjoy it. Always, if you're going to comment, please leave respectful comments. By no means am I coming for you, sir. I don't want you to see this video and think I'm sending shots. But I'm going to keep it a buck and I'm going to keep it honest. In my opinion, it's my opinion. If you feel like you did everything right, hey, thumbs up, kudos to you. But as I'm giving a thumbs up, make sure you thumbs up this video. Subscribe. Make sure you watch the rest of my videos on my channel. And until next time, I'll see you in my next video. Peace.